What's going on, guys? So back at you with another video. So this time I'm gonna do my top 10 albums, and it was a little tough, but I managed to get through it. So for number 10, we're gonna have a tie because I couldn't figure out which one I'd rather have in number 10, but I didn't want to exclude any of these out of the 10. So first one is gonna be Desert Butterflies by Yossi Sassy. You guys watch my favorite guitarist video, you know Yossi Sassy is one of my favorite guitarists ever. Desert Butterflies. First of all, Orient Sun is just probably one of the most epic kind of building tracks I've ever heard. It's just magical and it's energizing and it makes you feel like you're just walking through like the Grand Canyon but with like a lot of sand in the desert. It's just really cool. It's not super fast, it's not really heavy, it doesn't have like any kind of like super crazy solo or anything like that in it. It's just a really good like feel good, wake up, energize you type track. And then you got Fata Morgana and like all these other tracks on it. It's just an amazing album, and it's just energizing. Like I said, it's very like ethnic, it's very cultural, and it's just an adventure, I guess I'd have to say. And the other album that is also number 10 is also an adventure, and that's The Migration by Scale the Summit, which if I can ever find that on vinyl, I'm buying it so quickly because oh my goodness, this album is just it's just, first of all, it's like super energetic. I love the artwork for it. The artwork is like bright and it's clear, and it's got like a plant also looks kind of like a dinosaur that's walking. And it's just, the whole album is, first of all, the playing on it is just amazing. The virtuosity in these instruments is just wild to behold. And it's just it's got moments of like more somber music, and then it's got like super energetic, intense music, and it's just like I said, it's a whole journey. It's just a ride, and you just like anytime I listen to it, I have to listen to the whole album in like one sitting. I can't just listen to a song or two. I have to, if I'm driving, an hour or two or three to a concert or something, then I'll put it on because you just can't not listen to the whole album. It's just an unskippable album. Just, oh, if I ever find it on vinyl, I'm getting it. Man, it's awesome. All right, number 9, and this is actually a gospel album. It's "The Fight of My Life" by Kirk Franklin. It's like probably the last album of his I ever listened to. I don't even know if he's still doing like new stuff or not. I know he did something with Glorilla, but I'm digressing a little bit. So yeah, "Fight of My Life" by Kirk Franklin, just a really nice album. It's like gospel. It's got I can't remember really too many song titles right now, but it's got that one song with Toby Mac, "I Am God" on there, and then it's got "Little Boy" on there. And it's gospel, but it's not just oh yeah, God this, God that. Like "Little Boy" is about where you going, what you gonna be, it's college in your dreams, or you like all money, all this fancy shiny stuff. Just kind of speaking to that. And then you have "I Am God" with Toby Mac in there about kind of like salvation, restoration, stuff, everything like that. And they also got some kind of like sad songs in there as well. But overall, for a gospel album, it's not really like, oh yeah, Jesus one way, Jesus, all that kind of stuff. It's more diverse, but he's a gospel artist, you know what I mean? But it's just an album I still enjoy jamming some songs off of, and from now and again, I'll listen to it all the way through. But still a pretty good album. I dig it. And the artwork is just him like in a boxing ring standing over some dude. I don't know who it is, but pretty good. But yeah, that's a gospel album right there. And then number 8, we got "A Love Supreme" by John Coltrane, which is just, I'm not gonna say it's like magical. It's just really, to me, it's really serene. Because my sister actually bought it for me for either Father's Day or my birthday. I don't remember. And then I got home and put it on, and I'd already heard "Giant Steps," of course, because who hasn't heard that by now. But I put that on, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a short album. But I listened to it, and it was just really, it was really serene. It just chilled me out. And then I looked into it, and it was recorded all in one session. I was like, wow, they did all this like. It's just really serene and so well put together, and just I don't even know really how to describe it. It's just great. I mean, yeah, it's just great. That's really that's all I can really say. It's just great. It's really calm and serene, chilled me out. It was like I think I was listening to that at like 1 in the morning, and then it was just great. Just chilled me out, serene, really calm. And of course, he was like a little frenetic in places, but just Awesome. Just awesome. Just great album, man. It's not even like a long one either, but it's great. It's just great. And then number 7, we got Ride the Lightning, which is the best Metallica album. Better than Master of Puppets, better than Kill 'Em All, better than the Black Album, better than Load, Reload, better than Saint Anger, way better than And Just For All, because I can hear bass. It's the best Metallica album. And one of the reasons it's the best Metallica album is because it was right when Kirk started using wah. So he didn't use it that much and used it in the right place and didn't overuse it. And because it had the best riffs, had the best vocals. It was like peak Metallica. Master of Puppets was great, but this was peak Metallica. Black Album was the most popular. This was peak Metallica. This is, I'm not going to say the only Metallica album I jam from front to back, but this is the best Metallica album. It's got Fight Fire with Fire. It's got Ride the Lightning. It's got From the Bell Tolls. This is the best Metallica album. Y'all say Master of Puppets, y'all can say that. Y'all want to say Kill 'Em All, y'all can say that. Y'all want to say the Black Album, y'all can say that. Y'all want to say And Justice for All, y'all can say that. But to me, to this guy right here, Ride the Lightning is the best Metallica album. It was right after Kill 'Em All. It was right before Master of Puppets. Everything sounded great sonically. Tones were great. Drums were great. Guitars were great. Bass were great. Rip Clifford. Artwork was great. Songs were great. Everything just meshed so perfectly on this album. I'm not trying to say like it didn't with Master of Puppets, but this was the midpoint where everything just converged perfectly. This was their peak ever, in my opinion. Fight me on that. But it was. Anyway, number 6, we got Waitlist by Animals as Leaders. First heard An Infinite Regression, free single of the week on iTunes. And usually, free single of the week on iTunes was like, Stay Gold by The Big Pink, or I think one time it was actually like Quiero Que Me Quieras by Jesse E. Joy. And then there was this song. And I was like, okay, Animals as Leaders, that sounds maybe like some kind of cool hyper pop group or something like that. And then, I heard the and I was like, okay, sounds kind of like interesting. I was like, where's this intro about to go? And then it went into and then it started doing that. And like I hadn't really heard prog like that before. I hadn't heard like, odd sound, because to me it just felt weird. Like it didn't sound weird, it felt weird. So I was like, this is like way different than Dream Theater and Rush, but it was still just so entrancing, I guess, and I just couldn't stop listening to it. And then when that solo kicked in, and when the I was like, whoa, this is like crazy. And then that whole album just like blew me away. And then you got Animals Leaders, and it was just amazing. That whole album just changed my whole musical scope and landscape. Just amazing. And it's not even like crazy cover art, just like some gray junk with like some stuff in the background or something. So it wasn't even like anything crazy or eye-popping like The Joy of Motion or anything like that. It was just gray, pretty much. And it was like, interesting. And I was like, what kind of name is Animals as Leaders? But, I found out the reason for that later. But yeah, Waitlist, Animals as Leaders, for sure. Number 5, Universal Language. Again, not a long album, but man, when I tell you I listen to A Martian Winter probably at least twice a month, and watch the music videos. That music video is awesome, dude. Man, quality, not quantity. All you need is 4 songs, and oh man, he killed it. That whole album is just masterwork of just like elements and themes and just feel overall. Just even without watching the music videos, the whole thing, you just want to keep repeating it over and over and over. You want to keep going longer and longer and longer. You want more songs, more songs, more songs. But it's only 4, and you just have to keep repeating them over and over. And it's just, man, that's one of his best works ever. That and Synapse, probably my favorite Angel Vivaldi album. Probably the best Angel Vivaldi album ever so far. But yeah, Universal Language for sure. Plus, music is universal language. It's one of the few universal languages on the planet we can all unite ourselves on, no matter what you look like or what you believe or anything like that. So, just a really good album title there as well. Next, we got number 4, Renaissance, which is my favorite Polyphia album ever. And oh man, I'm glad they're doing what they're doing now. I like to call it the Polyphia and Inspire stuff. I like to call that vintage Polyphia, because now we got like modern Polyphia now. So I like call this stuff modern Polyphia and that vintage Polyphia. But man, when Renaissance came out, I actually got that on vinyl. I don't know how I found it like a couple of years ago, but just an amazing album, dude. It's so smooth. Like, it sounds really, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds so smooth. Like that sculpture that's on the album art. It's like perfectly sculpted, all smooth stone, and it's a smooth sound album. It's like an album you can make love to and ballroom dance to and just chill out, you know. It's romantic, it's serene, it's calm. I just love it. I actually walked down the aisle at my wedding to Amore. Yeah, that is a one thing I actually took effort to do. Was like, I'm gonna walk down the aisle to Amore by Polyphia, and man, I did it. And man, I walked so slow as I wanted to make sure everyone heard as much of that song as possible. Oh man, it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So one of my brother-in-laws actually asked me if that was my song. I was like, no. That's definitely not me. No, I couldn't do something like that. Yeah. Oh man, just one of the best albums ever, man. And when I listen to that album at least once a month, just amazing. No skips. You got Amore. You got Culture Shock. You got Light, which they don't play anymore. They just play Lit. But I kind of wish they'd play Light. But just, man, that whole album is just gold from front to back, platinum, diamond, whatever the highest grade of whatever record sales or whatever it is. But, amazing. All right, so for number 3, we got another tie, because this band has had 2 different singers, and since I did it for Dragon Force, which is at number 2, I'm going to do it for this one too. So, Cannibal Corpse, favorite Chris Barnes album. Man, I don't want to say The Bleeding, because probably everyone's going to say that, but The Bleeding. It's just sick, okay? It's heavy, it's nasty, it's disgusting, it's just classic death metal. That was probably their peak with Chris Barnes for sure. Just Eating Back to Life is actually really, really awesome too, but The Bleeding just is destructive for sure. And then for Corpse Grinder, I've got Evisceration Plague, because I think Carnivorous Swarm was actually the first Cannibal Corpse song I actually ever heard. And then you got Evisceration Plague, which is the title track. And I also really like, this isn't on Evisceration Plague, this is on the Skeletal Domain, but I also like Killer Become and High Velocity Impact Spatter. But I like a bunch of all those songs. But Evisceration Plague is just, I'm not going to say it was a peak they had with Corpse Grinder, but it was very, very, very close. I think it's between that and probably a Skeletal Domain, maybe, but he's got a lot more albums, so it'd be hard to kind of tell. But Evisceration Plague, front to back, just mind blowing. Just, ooh, man, it's just, ooh, just assaults you with just riffs and death metal vocals, and oh man. Is that the one that From Skin to Liquid is on? I don't remember. But, just, oh man, that whole album is just awesome. Evisceration Plague is great. The Bleeding is great. But, oh wow, this video was so long. I'm sorry. Number 2 is a tie, because this band's had 2 different singers too. So for Dragon Force, my favorite ZP era album is Ultra Beatdown, because Last Journey Home is on it. That's my favorite Dragon Force song. And I'm not going to necessarily say that was a peak for them, but as far as just the compositions on that, and it also kind of sonically, the tones were sort of the same, but if you listen to, you know, Valley of the Damned, Sonic Firestorm, and Ultra Beatdown, I want to say the guitars sound a little more like crunchy, I guess. Maybe that's just me, but they sound a little more crunchy on those first 3 albums, and then Ultra Beatdown came, and they were still a little bit crunchy, but also kind of like smooth and a little more smooth, I guess. Plus, I just like the album artwork the best. That little whatever it is, ninja robot woman thing, whatever that is, just awesome. And just like I said, the quality of the compositions kind of seemed a little bit different here. I think Vadim wrote like a song or two on that, and then it was just, I don't know, it just had like, I don't want to say necessarily a different sound than the first of the album, but it's something about it just sounded different. And I don't know, I like that for some reason. You had Strike of the Ninja, Last Journey Home, of course you got Heroes of Our Time on there, you know, but Last Journey Home is like my favorite ZP or Dragon Force song ever. And you know, I'll just say it's my favorite Dragon Force song ever. Like, if I can see that live, and I've seen them, I think either 4 or 5 times. If I can see them play the Last Journey Home live, oh man, awesome. So, Maximum Overload is my favorite Mark era album, and to me, that is his Ultra Beatdown. Because to me, that is where his voice shined the most. That is where the composition was the best. I remember when they first dropped the video or the audio for Defenders, I was like all in there. It's got Defenders, it's got Symphony of the Night, it's got The Sun is Dead, it's got Three Hammers, it's got banger after banger after banger after banger. And then that's when they covered Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. Just straight banger. The composition was great. The keyboard parts were great. The guitar parts were great. The vocal parts were great. The drums were great. The bass was great. It was all just amazing. You know, he didn't do harsh vocals on this one like he did on Reaching to Infinity, but to me, as far as compositional wise, sound wise, it was just awesome. You know, Power Within was really good because it had more like a stripped down, kind of a little more industrial bit sound to it, and his voice really shone because everything else was a little more stripped down. But seeing him come into the full force of the, you know, power metal, Dragon Force, Wheelie Boos, and all that other stuff with this album was just awesome. You know, you got Tomorrow's Kings on there. It's just, you had The Game. It was just amazing. Like, that's one album you listen to from front to back, honestly. Just oof. Best Mark era album ever, for sure. And number 1, of course, we got Rest in Peace. What can you say? Best thrash album ever, man. You got Rip Nick Menza, Dave Mustaine, Marty Friedman, Dave Jr. Just amazing. You know, like my favorite album, my favorite song of that album is Lucretia. I just love the laugh. I love the riff. I actually know how to play like the intro into the, actually, yeah, I know how to play the whole song pretty much. Well, I used to. I haven't played in a while, but just awesome, man. Not even counting Holy Wars or Hangar 18. Just Lucretia, Poison Was the Cure. That whole album, just front to back, is just gold, man. Like, you really can't touch that, man. Best thrash album ever, man. Peak Megadeth, peak thrash, peak, man. Peak 80s, 90s thrash. Man, just what can you say about that album? Everyone's already said plenty. It's legendary. It's just awesome. That's, you can't you can't touch it, man. It's perfect. It is perfect. There's no weak tracks. Yeah, there may be some shorter ones, some slower ones. Like, I don't consider Dawn Patrol a weak track at all because it still, you know, has something to do with the narrative of the album. It's bass and drum driven. The vocals are somewhat different. You know, it's just awesome. You know, it's just even Five Magics bangs. Like, it just, the whole album bangs. Like, you can't say nothing about it. You really can't. Just, okay, well, this video is like almost 20 minutes long. So, yeah, that's my top 10 favorite albums. I'm going to come back with some more lists for you guys until I have time to film like the longer mixing videos and stuff that I want to do for Koja. But, yeah, look out for some more YMFS stuff coming soon. I got 2 songs written for that. I wrote a whole Koja album back in February because it's June 3rd now that I'm filming this video. and it got some more long form stuff coming. Just got to film it all and edit it all. But thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video, you can like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and rock on.